competing for a first prize of $75,000 US with a total of $250,000 up for grabs. Our next match is Poland's Mateusz ЩNIEGOCKI against China's GAO. It's a race to 8. It's winner breaks. And joining me in the booth for this one is Benjamin Belhassan. Good morning, Benjamin, from France.
Yeah, good morning, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. It's the morning in France. I'm really glad to join you in the booth for this match. And I think we'll have a great matchup here between one of the top European players who just won the Euro to win Treviso, actually, and a player from China, obviously the 8-ball master player, I guess. So it's going to be great.
So our referee racking the balls with the triangle. There's no template in use here. Quick word about our sponsors as well for this event: Predator Group, Yalin WPA, Kamui, Ven Billiards Corporation, Medalla Light, those wonderful rums of Puerto Rico, Samsung TV Plus, and Little Monster. Now, ЩНIEGOCKI beat Sheridan Burmeister in his first match, and ЩNIEGOCKI, what a win he had over his fellow Polish countryman Wojtek Szczewczyk in a hill match. And it will be the pole breaking off. 64 players, 16 seeded, double elimination to the last 16, then it's single elimination all the way. The reigning world champion, Shane Van Boening, is not here to defend the title that he won in Austria last year over Sanjin Pelavanovic. So here we go then. ЩNIEGOCKI to break in our first rack, race to 8. Breaking from the side, making the ball in the side. And I've just done 6 days of commentating on Chinese 8-ball. I've seen so many patterns, so many safeties, so many wonderful matches, and I'm looking forward to exactly the same here. So the table open until the next ball is potted. We do have lots of other matches going on at the moment also, and I'll keep you up to date with all the scores from those. Joshua Filler is in action out on table 8, and he's already 3-2 down to Roman Hebler, the Czech attack from the Czech Republic, residing in Germany. Stephen Holem is up against Daniel Guttenberger from Switzerland, and it's the Swiss who's taken an early lead in that one, 1-0. As Mateusz begins his quest to run these balls.
To say from here, but
yeah, looking to see if he can just run that solid strike ball down past the green 6. New cloth, new balls. Way to go here. Centre of the table for the 10, and he can draw back. The ball definitely goes into the bottom right, of course. Well, he has played for it, has he? And he's overhit this by some distance now. This changes the shot completely. You want to be right in behind this 14 ball when you're playing it into half a pocket. Trying to hold it as well for the 10 to the top left. No problem whatsoever. So the perfect start from ЩNIEGOCKI. Start with a break and run. Playing on the Predator Apex 9-foot tables. Arcos 2 balls and the Predator Arcadia cloth. Nicely done. So rack number 1 here on table 2. Going to the pole. A few other matches in progress at the moment as well. Woo Kun Lin, the runner-up in the Las Vegas. No, he actually won the Las Vegas Open, didn't he? In 2021. I was there. The old grey matter's going, I think. He's 1-0 up against Stefan Kasper from Germany. Lo Ho Sum from Hong Kong is 1 down to Bader Al-Wahadi. And Darren Appleton in his second match of the day already. He's 1-0 up on Radislav Babica. Another great pole. Albin Ocean, former world 9-ball champion, is up against Brent Ogg from New Zealand. And it's the Austrian who's taken the first rack there. Mario He, the Panda, in action. He's up against Pham Phuong Nam from Vietnam. And it's the Vietnamese who's taken the first one in that. Se Chia Shen, 1-0 up against fellow Taiwanese Ryan Yuan.
And I noticed something last year in Klagenfurt. Shane Van Boening won the event, and it was the only player who was breaking from the side and had an extension to his cue to give him more power into the rack. So that's an interesting technique point.
Yeah, very, very interesting, Benjamin. And players are tending to do that a lot now, don't they? You see Fedor Gorst occasionally take the extension off his cue, then put it back on for other shots. So the sport is becoming more and more technical, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks like golf, you know, with all that technology Predator brought in with the carbon shaft, and you know, players are really aware of the power of the new materials. So it's something new in the sport, and it's great to bring innovation and technology in it.
Yeah, you mentioned golf there, and if more gadgets and extensions and bridge heads and all this sort of thing keeps coming out, they're going to need a golf bag to carry all their cues around in and their little extras, aren't they? So talk us through this rack then, if you don't mind, Benjamin. You're the expert here.
Yeah. Actually, 8-ball is all about connecting the balls together, as obviously it's not a rotation game. So you really need to connect the balls and find the good patterns. And I think players like Darren Appleton, who comes from 8-ball, could be really a favorite playing 8-ball because he's used to it, and sometimes the layout of the tables are really tough to get through. So yeah, actually this guy playing here is from Chinese 8-ball, so he's used to the layouts, and all Chinese players are going to be dangerous players in this event, believe me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and for a simple reason also that the pockets are that much bigger than they're used to playing on Chinese 8-ball, so they're not going to struggle on these pockets whatsoever.
Yeah, actually, he had to use a powerful shot there to pocket the 8-ball in the same pocket, in the same side pocket as the last stripe, which which he did great. I mean, still have a little bit of a cut here, but should be okay.
Well, making his intentions very clear. He's here to play as well. So 2 great opening racks, a couple of nice runs for each player. Nice and level at 1-1. Also at 1-1, Alex Pagulayan is in action. He had a win earlier on today. He's up against Japanese Masato Yoshioka. They shared the first 2 racks there. And Alex Kazakis, who had a win earlier on today over India's Chetan Chabra. He's 1-1 now with Kurt Dunham from New Zealand. Now, I've got a question for you, Ben. What is the difference between the New Zealand flag and the Australian flag?
Wow.
I've put you on the spot, right? I'm only asking because I don't know. I think it's the number. I think it's because the number of stars, but I'm not sure which is which. I've forgotten. I'm going to have to do a bit of research on that.
Yeah, I believe so too. But yeah, that's a good code. Actually, I need to get information on this. So we said the format was winner breaks. And the Chinese player is playing from the right side, which is pretty unusual for a right-handed player, but good square hit here, good cue ball control.
Couple of solids tied up together. The 1 and 2 a little bit awkward with the 7 as well. Ben, talk us through this one.
Yeah. And the thing is, there is no option to go into those 2 solids. You don't have no balls that helps you near them, so that makes the layout of the solids even tougher. So that's why ЩNIEGOCKI choose the stripes pretty fast. I mean, he obviously saw the problem right away and tried to make his way through the stripes, which are really, really clear here. The only problem that could appear is the 10 ball, but he's going to solve it right now, I guess. Yeah, bumping the 10 ball into the side pocket. It's not really a good news that it went into the side, but he still has insurance balls here, so should be okay.
Well, I've got the answer to the question that I asked you a little bit earlier on about the Australian flag and the New Zealand flag. The Australian flag has 6 white stars, while the New Zealand flag has just 4 red stars with white outlines. So there you go. Not just entertainment, it's education, Benjamin.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that, cool. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, as I said, this guy is a really tough guy. He's one of the stronger Polish players of the team. So he just won the Euro Tour in Treviso. It was like a few weeks ago. Actually, I was there, and he has confidence from this win, and he might be a player to watch during this event.
Yeah, I know you're very familiar with the European game. As you just said, you attend a few of them. Who would you pick out as being, apart from ЩNIEGOCKI, dangerous in this tournament?
Yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
You got players like Filler, Mario He, who's very capable of winning a big one. Alex Kazakis, one of the top players as well. Albin Ocean on the player list also. Definitely. Is there anyone you fancy going very, very deep in this? Maybe an outsider, a bit of a dark horse that you might want to pick out?
Yeah, maybe ЩНIEGOCKI. Yeah, because he's not like known, but when you play in Europe, you know all the Polish guys. the Poland is such a strong nation in pool. I mean, it's really crazy how many world-class players they have. So ЩNIEGOCKI, you have also Fortunski, Wojciech, all those players are top-class players, and ЩNIEGOCKI might be one of those. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
he's
he's
won.
breaking off.
I think he's won like 4 Euro Tours in his career, which is such a big achievement. If you consider, I consider the Euro Tour as one of the toughest tournament to win because of the format and because of the number of players. So he's won 4 of them. So it's really crazy.
Yeah, good break there from ЩNIEGOCKI, but no friends at the table. He walks away despondent, having a quick last look around to see if there's any saving grace that might be on the table, but they've opened pretty wide, haven't they, here? Nothing really tied up. This is a good chance, Benjamin.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, he elected to play the stripes here. Maybe the only problem he has is the 14 ball, the green stripe. I don't know if it passes the purple 4 in the bottom right, which would be the only problem I see here. Yeah, if it passes, then he has to pick it up now. Or try to find a solution to bump it, just like that. Yeah, that was the only problem, and he saw that. But now that the 14 ball is free, he has to pocket that into the side pocket, which is not an easy shot. But as you said, if he used to the Chinese table, then the pockets are a lot more easy here.
Well, yeah, funny you should say that, though. The actual middles, it's a complete opposite. In Chinese 8-ball, they're looking to play balls into the side because they're cut like a snooker pocket, of course, and they're much easier than the corners. Whereas on an American pool table like we're playing on here, the pockets are a little bit more awkward because of the point and the square cut of the jaws. But he played an excellent shot there, made it look easy. So maybe that's a good, valid point from you there, Benjamin, that he's not going to worry about any of the pockets on these tables.
Actually, he found himself in a little trouble here. I don't know if the 9-ball passes in the top right. Yeah, it looks like so. Yeah, so that's great for him. So I'm gonna play the 12 and the 15, and then the 8-ball on the side. Yeah, you don't expect those players playing 8-ball missing shots, and sometimes it's the layout of the tables that lead them to a miss, but as you don't play long shots and long oops.
Well, he's missed this. He tried. I think he just took his eye off it. I mean, look at where the cue balls ended up as well. He just completely mishit that.
Yeah, he rushed a little bit also. Didn't take his time.
Certainly did. Yeah. Just got down and kind of hit it without any preliminary strokes or anything. Just shows you, Benjamin, nothing is easy. Respect every shot.
No. Yeah, and as I'm in the booth, I always like to remember that it's a different story when you're in the arena battling. I've been there a few times, and it's really much more difficult than to be watching and commentating. And so I always like to remember this.
Why do you think I'm here, Benjamin, sat here and not there in Australia, in New Zealand playing the game? I'd much rather be here. Thank you very much. Less stress.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really a different story, definitely, especially when you are playing on TV tables. Because the setup is not the same. Sometimes the table is like faster, and it's really not easy. But obviously, this guy is used to them. So
Yeah, 3-1 lead now in this race to 8. And fellow Pole Simon Kural has taken a 3-0 lead over Japan's Nukioi. Nukioi won the Helsinki Max Rack Open just recently, so he's in a bit of good form, but he's 3-2 down to Kural. Martinez Boza Gerson from Peru, 1-0 up against Jose Delgado from Spain. And Pierce Labutus, now there's a name that we forgot to mention. Pierce Labutus, 3-1 up on Daniel Maciel. What do you know about Pierce?
Yeah, actually, he's a friend of mine, and we shared a few rooms in tournaments together. And I've been with him in Belgium to make a boot camp with Johan Rosink. So actually, I know him pretty well, and he's one of the player that's really dangerous, really improved in the last 2 or 3 years, and is really putting the work in it. And so I wish him the best for his career, because he's such a nice guy, and he has a powerful game. He knows every game. He can play one pocket and can play any game. So I wish him luck for this event.
So the break, he's gone from the side. Lots of balls gone over the right-hand side of the table. It's a bit of a mess on this particular table. Now, you just said that you've been rooming with Pierce Labutus. You can give us a little bit of inside information on him. Does he snore?
Yeah, actually, I can give you a few informations. I was talking with him about, you know, the mental side of the game, and he really has a good vision of it, and he's meditating. He's also doing, like, you know, ice bath, and he's a strong-minded guy, and he's definitely committed to the game. So I see him going far, and I mean high in the rankings.
So starting with a nice little combo here on the stripes. Obvious problem, the 10 ball to get on. I think it will pass the 6. The 11, will it go into the left-hand side pocket? Possibly.
Yeah,
so maybe he can run the cue ball through here and just play the 10 ball next past. Oh, no, he can't.
Yeah, it's really tricky. Playing the 9, he has to find the line of the 11 on the side pocket. If the 12 ball passes the 6, I think so. So he really has to be dead straight on the 11. Yeah, I think he got a little bit short here. I don't think he has the 11. But he still has to play it, actually. So maybe he'll bump the 7 a little bit. Soft rolling. Yeah, like that. So that's great. He has position here. And the thing is, if the 10 ball passes the 5 in the bottom left is okay. Otherwise, he would have to pocket the last 2 stripes in the same pocket. The bottom right. Yeah, you see that it cheat a little bit the pocket here, pocketing the 10 ball on the left hand side of the pocket, which is really need to be accurate. And I don't think he has the angle on the 13 to go on the other side of the 10. So he might be a little bit in trouble here.
He's looking at big draw shot here, I think, all the way back and down again, is he? Big draw shot here. Or is he going for, has he got an angle to go forward? He's got an angle to go forward, just a slight one, some high right on the cue ball here.
That's a great shot there. This is really smart.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is really smart to consider that the 2 rails leads him here, which is a great spot to play the last stripe. And sometimes when you have clarity in your mind, even with pressure, that leads you to performance.
Well, what's he done here? Look at the cue ball. This
Yeah.
is about as awkward as it could have got, this 8 ball now. He's got to take care of business here.
And this is not comfortable, believe me. Yeah, that's great. It did as little as he could with his backstroke. So actually, I saw him practice a little bit those jack-up shots in the previous rack of his warm-up. So he got away with it.
Yeah, 3-1. Let's take her around the room once again. Josh Filler has recovered against Roman Hebler. He now leads 5-4. Stephen Holem is level 2-2 with Swiss Daniel Guttenberger, Wuken Lin and Stefan Kasper. The same score, 2-2. Bader Alawahadi is now 3-0 up on Hong Kong Low Ho Sum. Darren Appleton has just edged in front against the Polish veteran Radoslav Babica. That's 2-1 there. Albin Ocean roaring away against Brent Ogg. He leads 4-0. And Mario He, his fellow Austrian, is 2-1 down to Pham Phung Nam from Vietnam. So the balls are racked. We are ready for ЩНИЕГОCKI to break them. I guess he's going to stay from the side. 4-1 up. Looking good here. Halfway to the 8 he needs to advance to the next round. So here we go then, the break-off.
Yeah, and he actually broke the balls pretty good from this side. It didn't have good result, but it broke pretty good. So that's why he's staying with this. And there, big break, square hit, good cue ball control. I think he made 2 balls on the break.
Yeah, and what do you see here, Benjamin, as being any stumbling blocks potential? What do you fancy here, first of all?
Yeah. Problem is the 198 on the bottom rail, but yeah, I believe he would have tried to go into the 9, but the 9 ball passes and maybe choose to play the 9 at last to stay on the 8 for the top right corner.
Yeah, it's just getting there, isn't it, though, Ben? How do you get the cue ball in there for the 9?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how he plays it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He would go into the 9 to bump it on the first shot, but it didn't. Because now it's really not easy because you don't have any balls to help you to reach the 9.
I'm with you on that one. I thought he would have gone into it. He had the perfect opportunity to go into him and hold for the 15 in the side, didn't he? From his very first shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he could have stayed even on the 11 ball, bumping the 9. So I thought it was the right shot there, but
well, if he gets this right, then he has played the right shot. If not, well, look at this for a shot.
That was crazy cue ball control, right?
Very dangerous as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a good shot there to give air to the 8 ball, bumping the 1. That's good. And now you need to let this stroke out because he has to follow 2 rails, pocketing the 11 and go to play the 8 on the bottom right. So let the stroke out a little bit. High ball, right English. Perfect.
Yeah, beautifully
And this
done.
time he doesn't have a jacket on the 7, so that's great. That's good.
So in it goes. So let me ask you a little bit about your background, Benjamin, because we've never really met. We did meet very briefly in Austria, but we've never really had a chat about anything. We've certainly never commentated together. So just tell us a little bit about your background in pool. Are you a lefty? Are you a righty? What standard you play at? Have you got a Fargo? Tell us a little bit about Benjamin Belhassan. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I play for a long time, but I reset my game because I took some coaching lessons with the best coaches in the world recently, and so like 4 or 5 years ago, I went to do some online sessions with Alex Lely, and I've been to Johan also. So I kind of reset my game like 4 or 5 years ago. And so, as I have a passion for pool for like since I was 16. I used to play national championships. I'm currently I play in France, so obviously there are not like many top players in my country, but so I'm one of them actually, and I don't know if I might have Fargo, which is over 700, but yeah, I'm looking to practice every day and improve my game because I love this game so much for so many years, and I'm really happy to be here commentating with you and try to share some of the love we have for the game. That's it.
Well, let's just agree that we absolutely 100% share the same passion for pool. That's actually my email address. I'm not going to tell you what the rest of it is, but I've slipped up there, haven't I, Benjamin? I'm going to get lots of spam now, I know that.
And I tell you what, this guy from Poland is gonna make anything possible to close this out. Looks like everything is open here for the solids.
And with winner breaks, of course.
Yeah.
Could run the set, Benjamin, couldn't he?
Yeah, this is really brutal. I mean, now in Europe we don't play winner breaks. All disciplines we have alternate breaks. We had the European Championships in July in Slovenia, and all the disciplines are alternate breaks. We don't play winner breaks no more. This is really brutal. But it's fun.
Never been a fan of,
because you have.
I've never been a fan. Yeah. I've never been a fan of winner breaks, to be honest. I just think in a sport where the break, a bit like the serve at tennis, where it's so important, why should one player have all the breaks? I just, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of winner breaks, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand. But as a player, what's good is that it's never over. Because any player of the field here could run a 5-pack, you know. So I believe, yeah, I agree, because with the comparison you did with tennis, and I think it's fair to share the breaks, but also when your opponent makes a big lead, then it's difficult to get back into the match when you have alternate breaks.
Yeah.
So
yes, but if the break is as big, and it is a huge thing, and it's a big shot. It's as important as making a long straight in 8-ball. It's a very, very important shot. Now, if you're not breaking well, then your opponent is going to win on your break also. So I don't agree with that argument, to be honest, where, you know, there's always a way to come back. Well, if you're good at the break, then you should never get far behind anyway, and it should lead to more excitement because matches should be closer. Right. That's my point.
Yeah, I agree.
It's personal
alternate break is, yeah. But I agree, because alternate break is giving you at least the chance. That's what you said, the chance to break and have your opportunities. And then if you're not breaking good, then your opponent could make a big lead. But yeah.
It's half a dozen of one and six of the other, isn't it? It's some people like alternates, some people love winner breaks. It's good that we're not all the same, because it'd be a very boring world if we were. So here we go, ЩNIEGOCKI to break off, leading 5-1, just within 3. Here we go.
Yeah, he's really breaking the balls really good, really solid. Power, accuracy, everything's there. So made a ball.
Looks like,
and now
stripes.
Yeah. 9 ball passes the 3 on the top left, so the stripes are all open. And he could play the 11 and the 12 on the bottom right, sorry, so this is good to clear the 9, and then the 10 will give him the 11 and the 12, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good call, and this will put him on the hill, this rack, Benjamin.
Yeah, now the thing is, if he has the 11, then he could play the 12 on the side pocket, and it will give him the 13 on the bottom left. So that could be like stop shot or a little stun, and then he could play the 10 on the side pocket and gives him the 13. So not too much cue ball travel. Yeah, I like that. That's great. Stun right. And then he should pay attention to go from the 13 to the 8, because the 8 is not that open. Oh, we can go to the other side, so that's even better. Yeah, here. He needs to be here, so he has to go 1 rail and back to the center of the table to play the 8 on the top right. A little bit, a touch of right.
Yeah, just overran it slightly, didn't he? Just a fraction. So he's got to hold the cue ball. He's gone a little bit far with this as well. He's left himself a little bit to do here. Now this is very, very missable.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, he elected to play 1 rail, try to slow roll the ball. And on these type of tables with the fast cloth, new cloth, maybe he should have gone back and forth 2 rails. The speed of the shot would have been better, but he tried to hold the cue ball here, and now he's faced with the tough shot. He's frozen, and I tell you what, this is really a tough shot.
How many times do we see a match turn on 1 shot? And this could be that 1 shot. Where's the cue ball going? Is it going to reach the corner? No. The 8 ball does. He's on the hill. Mateusz ЩNIEGOCKI. Well, he's pulled it out the fire there, hasn't he, Ben?
Yeah, and that was a great shot. Really controlled speed on the 8 ball. I tell you what, that was a great shot.
Going well. Also, just some score, just some up scores to give you very, very quickly, Benjamin. Josh Villa is on the hill. He was behind 2 racks to Roman Hebler. He's now on the hill at 7-4. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling that you're absolutely right to say that this shot that ЩNIEGOCKI just played on the 8 ball could have been a turning point. It's always like this in matches, you know, instead of doing 7-1 and the break, you find yourself at 6-2 if you miss that shot, and then your opponent is breaking, and in a winner breaks format, it could have been a turning point. So that makes a big difference to make this difficult shot on the 8 for ЩNIEGOCKI.
Yeah, very pertinent point. Our referees.
And we were talking
EP,
about. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say our referees are EPBF referees.
I don't know. I've never saw this woman before in the Euro Tours. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they have
trained by them. They've had some training from them, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe, because they often do boot camps for EPBF referees during the year. You know, so adding more and more referees for the tournaments. So
I think, Benjamin, that there's been a player timeout, so we're just going to step out for a second and we'll be back as soon as the players are back. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is nicely poised. ЩNIEGOCKI on the hill. So we are
and here
back,
we are,
guys.
Break.
Well, as you alluded to earlier, ЩNIEGOCKI breaking, amazing. And just the 6 ball here, Benjamin, I think is the only problem.
Yeah.
And that's bankable.
Yeah, that's where yeah. I think he's going to choose the stripes here, definitely, because of the 6 ball that you just mentioned. And all the stripes are open, so the only tricky ball here is the 10 ball, because it blocks the 8 ball. And I think he's going to get rid of it right now, so that there will be no problem to go out here after this shot.
Has to watch the shirt here. We are playing all ball fouls, of course. Would expect nothing else in a World Championship.
Oh, I'm a little bit of a surprise that he left the 11 ball on the high side of the table, but I thought he would go from the 11 and then to the 4 balls in the bottom half of the table, because now he has to go back and forth. But I'm here in the booth, I'm not in the arena, so obviously he's the man. Yeah, and now he has to go, what I said, he has to play the 11 and yeah, that was the shot, but it's still a little bit short here. and he has some work to do to try to hold the cue ball here from one ball to another using inside English. Slow roll it. Not difficult, but touchy. Yeah, like that. Okay.
Yeah, lots of left-hand spin on the cue ball. For those that don't know inside English, that was left hand in that particular moment. Now he's put some right-hand spin on it to tease the cue ball over for the 8. And this, Benjamin, looks like being all over very, very quickly for the pole. And he's played a really solid match, hasn't he? Didn't really give Zhang Kui a chance in that. So he goes on, and it's the one lost side for the Chinese 8-ball player. He'll get to have another chance on the loser's side. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. We'll be back with another match very, very soon, 7 p.m. local time in New Zealand. My thanks to Benjamin Bao Hassan. I'm Mark White, and we'll see you a little bit later on. Bye for now.
Bye.